In the days before Metacritic and YouTube on your phone, you had to consider things like box art when deciding which game to buy from a game shop, in the days when people bought games from game shops. Most of the time it gave you a pretty good idea of what to expect, most of the time. But consider these video games whose epic box arts wrote checks that their butts couldn't cash. You know what I mean.
Holy sh**. The cover for Saboteur 2 Avenging Angel is a ninja on a superbike, fighting panthers with a katana in the middle of an explosion. There is no way this is not going to be the greatest game of all time. Unless it's somehow instead about running through an office building punching guys in hazmat suits, I suppose. Wait, here's the motorbike. I'm going to ride it sensibly past all these guards who'll just let me past. I trusted you, box art.
Phalanx is a 1991 Super Nintendo game in which ace space pilot Wink Ballfield, seriously, must destroy a fleet of alien bioships in the experimental space fighter, the A/144 Phalanx. What you might notice is the distinct absence of elderly men playing the banjo, as was expressly promised by the game's North American box art. Yes, you get to fight space robots and alien monsters, but anyone expecting an epic final boss battle against a giant angry bluegrass musician was left sorely disappointed by Phalanx. Maybe that's Wink Ballfield in 60 years' time and the whole game is just a really vivid flashback during a 3-day moonshine bender. I don't know, you think of something more plausible.
Lots to enjoy here, and the cover art for 1990 NES game and Scott Pilgrim band name inspire a clash at Demon Head. Couple of figure skaters shooting skeleton Dracula in the face, man with no legs ramping a wheelless motorbike off nothing, whatever this thing is. The actual game, however, seems to mostly involve hopping and gunning down small animals and confused robots. And that skeleton Dracula is called Tom Guycott and seems to hold some kind of government position. Way to make skeleton Dracula boring, you guys.
I think this UK box art for the original Donkey Kong gives us a pretty good idea of what we're in for. A ferocious were-ape being beaten to death by a Mjolnir-wielding Tom Selleck. Sounds awesome. Huh, I see it's based on the real arcade game rather than the much better one I imagined when I saw the box art.
Get the Game of the Century awards ready, you guys. Got a good feeling about this one. Going by its box art, Crackdown is a game about screaming Frank Sinatra and his best friend, Arnold Schwarzenegger from Predator, only with someone else's face, fighting a Star Wars stormtrooper, Bigfoot, a wolf, and stoned Satan in a detonating field. I guess that might be what's going on here? It's kind of hard to tell. I mean, you do get to fight Satan, but it's not exactly a fair fight, considering he has no legs and is unconscious.
Okay, Megaman. Looking at this North American box art, I'm going to say it's the story of a Lady Gaga backup dancer who snaps while on tour and goes on a gun rampage through an MC Escher painting. How close was I? Maybe half marks.
If you're going to have the moxie to call your game epic, you better have some epic box art. And epic box art doesn't come much more epic than the box art for Epic. Anyway, look at this sci-fi masterpiece cooked up for the 1992 Atari and Amiga game Epic. There are black holes, space stations, gas giants, and this space captain / Gillette model who is far too badass to be worried about getting chewing gum in the important bits of his spaceship. And with a name like Epic, surely the entire galaxy is your playground. Yeah, actually one of 7 tiny enclosed bits of the galaxy is your playground. And by playing, we mean you'll be mainly shooting space junk and bored-looking enemies to a time limit. Not quite what we had in mind. And don't get me started on Awesome's awesome box art, which is as awesome as Epic's is epic.
So those were the box arts that no video game could ever live up to. Got any more you remember fondly? Let us know in the comments and like and subscribe for more videos like this from Outside Xbox. Thanks for watching!